I walked home from school with my hoodie up and my hands stuffed in my pockets, fingers still on my iPod in case I needed to pause my music for some reason. I didn't want to go home. School was already horrible. Megan and her friends bullied me today, along with her stupid boyfriend. I'm so sorry if that's your name. That's in brackets. My footsteps were barely heard as I walked home from the sidewalk. Very few people passing me. My head was down just staring at my shoes as I knew the way home. I memorized it. After a few minutes, my house finally came into view. I could see my window on the second story, shut tight, the curtains closed, like usual. I walked up the front porch, already hearing the sound of the TV blare through the living room. Taking a breath, I heard a door stepped inside. My foster mother was already making dinner. Trying not to be noticed, I started to head upstairs. Of course, my mom whipped around and faced me, glaring. What the hell do you think you're going? Where the hell do you think you're going? You were late home, you prick. She yelled at me. That, of course, made my foster dad pause whatever he was watching and turn to look at me. You forgot to clean your house, you little... My foster father said. I clenched my fist in anger. Come here, my dad growled. Slowly, I stepped off the stairs and walked towards him. Instantly, he slapped me in the face with such force. I yelped, fell to the ground. He kicked me. You're a worthless dirtbag, useless piece of... He yelled at me, kicking me once more. I started to cry. Cry me a river, he said cruelly, kicking me in the leg. I yelped in pain, since there was already a bruise there from another beating. Get out of my face now, leave me on the ground. I started to get slowly from the pain in my side and face. Hurry up, my foster mother screamed at me, walking towards me. I quickly got up, wrenched in pain before my mum got to me, and limped upwards. I went down the hallway into my room, shutting the door quietly. Once I put my stuff down, I sat down on the floor at the edge of my bed and started to cry harder. Why does this have to happen to me? I thought to myself, pulling up my leg to see the damage. The bruise was slightly swollen, stinging badly at the touch of anything. I pulled it back with a wrench and wiped off my tears, pulling up my shirt just enough to see the one on my side. It wasn't as bad, but a bruise was still starting to form. It hurt like... I started aside and put my earphones back in, taking on the music. Pain by 3 Days Grace started to play, and I sighed. After a few hours of listening to music and doing nothing, I checked the time, 8 o'clock. Even though it was still early, I decided to go to bed. Quickly changing into my pajamas, I climbed in bed, watching the moon rise from my window. I always unfold the curtain at night. I fell asleep after an hour or so, just watching the outside. Time skip. I awoke in the middle of the night, feeling a breeze on my face. Sitting up in confusion, I looked to my window to see it was open. I didn't open my window before I went to sleep. How could someone climb 2 stories to open my window? Suddenly I heard footsteps. Instinctively, I leaped out of my bed, turning towards the noise. His face was hidden in the dark, but he was wearing a white hoodie and black jeans. He black hair. added to the fact that I couldn't see his face. I didn't care what would happen, I just stared back away from his advancing form. What was he doing? I answered that question when he pulled out the knife from his pocket.